Hi, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what is a maximize conversion value bid strategy and how does a maximize conversion value bid strategy actually work. Now, before I start, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button so that when I do produce great content, you'll be the first to be notified. And at the same time, hit the link somewhere around this video and download my Google Ads ebook, which tells you great information about how to launch a Google Ads campaign right from day one. So what is a maximize conversion value bid strategy? Now, this is different to maximize conversion bid strategy. This is a maximize conversion value bid strategy. And what it essentially does in a nutshell, it tries to get you the most revenue as possible within the given budget that's available to whatever you set it at either account level or shared library level. So in order for a maximize conversion value bid strategy to work, you've got to make sure that when you set up your conversions, you are supplying revenue data to the Google Ads algorithm. So you have set that for each conversion you're getting, what that conversion is actually worth to you. So again, the maximize conversion bid strategy will try to get you as much revenue as possible. Now, you've got to be careful here, because what it does not mean is that it doesn't mean to say if you've got a product for $100 and you've got a product for $200, it does not mean to say that it's going to carry on promoting the $200 product all day long, because that's going to bring you the most amount of revenue. It's a lot smarter than that. So in effect, what it will do is, again, let's take the example of the $100 product and $200 product. What it will do is that it could be that the $200 product you only sell one of every single week, but the $100 product you might be selling 5 or 10 of these every single week, which means that in the $100 product is bringing in more revenue than the $200 product. So the algorithm will then make bid adjustments in order to push the $100 product more, because it knows overall it's going to bring in more revenue. So it's a great way to increase the revenue, not necessarily conversions, but just the revenue of the campaigns that are driving your sales, leads, or inquiries. Now, it can get a bit more smarter than that, because what you can do, you can overlay it with an additional restriction to say, hey, although I want I want a certain amount of revenue, I want to maximize the revenue, but I want it to be at a certain return on ad spend, or ROAS. So it could be that, hey, in your business, you're selling products and you need at least a 200% ROAS, or return on ad spend, or a 500% ROAS. So what you can do optionally is specify to the algorithm that, hey, yes, I want to maximize conversion value, I want to maximize the revenue that my business is bringing in through Google Ads, but what I want to do is I want to overlay it with an additional restriction to say I want to maximize the maximum ROAS to be, say, $200, or sorry, 200%, or 500%, or whatever your ROAS is. Now, be careful, because again, like with maximize conversion bid strategy, what you don't want to do is you don't want to simply just specify your ideal wish list ROAS, because you'll just work against the algorithm. The smart bidding won't understand what you're trying to do. Is it really achievable? Ideally, you want it based on some data. So firstly, if it's a relatively new bidding strategy that you're applying to an account, let it run for 2-3 weeks before you actually make any sort of changes to it, because then you're giving the algorithm a bit of a chance to drive you some revenue and to see what ROAS you're actually achieving. Once you know what ROAS you're actually achieving, so let's say, for example, in the last 3 weeks, you've achieved a ROAS of 300%, or last 2 weeks you've achieved a ROAS of say 200%. Then you can say to the algorithm, okay, for the next 2 weeks, stick to the 200%, and then the week after, what we could do, we could increase the ROAS to say 250%. So you can change the ROAS according to whatever you want it to be, but based on data, and change it at small increments at a time. Don't just change it from like 200 to 500 or 200 to 400 all of a sudden, because they're very big jumps, and all you'll end up doing is you'll end up confusing the algorithm, and it will work against you because it's going to have to relearn what is it that you're trying to achieve, and how can I achieve what you've set within the options of the campaign. Last but not least, it's also important to make sure that your campaigns are set up correctly, because what you don't want to do is mix one single campaign with products that are ranging from, say, I don't know, $100 to $1,000, because there's such a wide gap there. So you might want to segment the campaigns a little bit. So each campaign has got their own bid strategy, or even if you are using Maximize conversions, then you're working on Maximize conversions based on the group of products that you have, the range of products that you have, as opposed to allowing to skew all the data, because then what will happen is that the smaller price products won't even have a chance of being sold, because it's the larger or higher quantity products that are being pushed the most. So that's it, guys. So in a nutshell, the Maximize conversion value bid strategy helps you to drive as much revenue as possible within the given budget, and you can layer it in addition by specifying a target ROAS. So if you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button, so then when I do produce new content, you'll be the first to be notified. And if you're using a bidding strategy, tell me what you're using. And if you're using Maximize conversion bidding strategy, what is it that you're using? How is it working for you? It'd be great to hear from you. Whilst at the same time, please download my Google Ads ebook. There'll be a link somewhere around this video. It's giving great tips on how to create awesome Google Ads campaigns right from day one. Take care, guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye for now.